You're ready for a comeback. And with Purdue Global, you can do more than take classes. You can take charge of your story, of your career, of your life. Earn a degree you can be proud of and get an education employers respect. It's time, your time, not just to go back to school, but to come back and move forward with Purdue Global, Purdue's online university for working adults. Start your comeback at purdueglobal.edu.
Hi, this is Jonathan Fields, host of The Good Life Project, where each week I talk to listeners about investing in their future by increasing their own vitality. But when it comes to those financial goals, whether it be saving for a home renovation, growing your child's college fund, or travel, life can make it difficult to stay the course. By working with a dedicated Merrill advisor, you get a personalized plan and a clear path forward. Having the bull at your back helps your whole financial life move with you. So when your plans change, Merrill's with you every step of the way. Go to ml.com/bullish to learn more. Merrill, a Bank of America company. What would you like the power to do? Investing involves risk. Merrill Lynch, Pierce, Fenner & Smith Incorporated, registered broker-dealer, registered investment advisor, member SIPC.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. With the price of just about everything going up during inflation, we thought we'd bring our prices down. So to help us, we brought in a reverse auctioneer, which is apparently a thing.
Mint Mobile Unlimited Premium Wireless. How to get 30, 30, bit to get 30, bit to get 20, 20, 20, bit to get 20, 20, bit to get 15, 15, 15, 15, just $15 a month? Sold!
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes. See detail.
Surviving Sister Wives contains adult content that may not be suitable for Latter-day Saints or sinners. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to Surviving Sister Wives, the podcast where a monogamous couple drink heavily while recapping Sister Wives on TLC.
I'm Corey.
And I'm Carly, and this is Season 18, Episode 10. Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Is it Episode 10 or was it Episode 11?
Oh shit, do I have that wrong?
Do I have that wrong?
I thought it was Episode 10.
I think I have mine as 11.
Are you that eager to skip ahead, Corey?
I'm pretty sure it's Episode 11. It's okay, we're not a professional podcast or anything.
No, it's definitely Episode 10.
Excuse me?
Yes, you doubt me, I see.
This is strange. I'm curious as to how long this has been wrong, because the past 3 that I have, everything in order, like this one is marked as 11, because it should be 11. So I don't know. Did I get an extra one? Did I get an extra one in there?
Can you believe this is episode 10, though, in this season? My God.
Clearly I can't. I can't believe it, and I won't believe it.
What'd you think of this episode?
Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Is that advice to the wives, or is that advice to Kody to not put all of his eggs in the Robyn basket?
He's definitely stacking that one up. I enjoyed this episode, but then reflecting on it, I think because it was easy to take notes on because they were recycling so many scenes of couch footage where people were just saying things that we've already heard them say this season. Do you have episode 10's description?
I have episode 11's description, if that's what you're asking for. The TLC description for this one is, Christine is excited to celebrate her first Easter since divorcing Kody. Janelle says her life is also better without Kody, but reveals she would consider polygamy again. After learning Aurora is interested in a boy, Meri reflects on marrying so young.
That really wasn't a big revelation from Janelle, though, right? Because she revealed that to the audience already a few episodes ago.
Look, we're getting to the point in the season where continuity is right out the window, which is clearly apparent when my joke last week on last episode was Easter in July, and that's kind of what we get in this episode. I was hoping for some timeline compression here.
I didn't even remember that you said that. But
it was a joke. It was a throwaway joke. But yet again, it's another one of our jokes that just happens to become reality on this show.
We're just too tapped into the mindset of the producers and the editors of the show.
It's kind of messed up, if we're being honest.
Are we channeling them? Maybe we have powers. Superpowers? Special powers? Psychic powers?
I doubt it.
No? All right. I have an episode rewrite for us, though.
Let's hear it.
An episode description rewrite, to be clear. I did not rewrite the entire
Not the whole episode, yeah. I wouldn't want you to do that.
Christine really sticks it to Kody by embracing paganism. Janelle adds no hookups to her dating profile. Robyn and Meri pretend to interact as sister wives.
Yeah, I guess we're pagans now.
I mean, with all the Harry Potter that True leads into is just one slip away from paganism, right?
How about hedonism? Is Christine at that point yet?
Christine or Janelle? Because I think we learned this episode Janelle might be a freaky bitch.
I guess that's why her and Christine are getting along so well now. Just a couple of freaky batches.
Before we get into the episode, you all know the drill. You can join us over on the virtual cul-de-sac at patreon.com/survivingpod. We have recaps of Sister Wives seasons 1 through 10.
10, not 11.
We just covered an episode of Project Fear. Was that the name of it?
Yeah, not Project Runway. Every time you say it, it makes me think of Project Runway, which maybe, I don't know, we'll throw one in there.
Not the same show.
Not this one. Yeah, there was spooky season for Project Fear.
And I think coming up next is going to be a recap of Welcome to Plathville.
Yeah, we're about due for a Plathville recap. This season has been wildly amusing.
A lot of thoughts on Plathville.
Lots of opinions, things to be shared.
Shall we get into it?
Yeah, let's go ahead and open with a wildlife documentary series in Flagstaff, because that's what we open with in the episode.
Were there animals?
Lots of critters.
I didn't even clock them.
Critters, creatures, running about.
Well, it is the springtime in Flagstaff, and it is time to celebrate yet another holiday without Kody and Robyn.
In late May, early June, just in time for Easter.
Well, but now we're rewinding backwards.
Correct, yes.
We've been all over the place. We've been to May because it was Janelle's birthday. Now we're going back in time to the early spring and Easter.
We heard that they mentioned that the last time that they talked, they were having a serious conversation at Garrison's house. So that places that conversation before Easter. So who knows when any of this stuff is going on. We're shuffling all over the place. But we're celebrating Easter with Janelle and Christine. They're trying their best. They're not very experienced in celebrating Easter, as that becomes abundantly clear. But we find out why. It's because Kody's not celebrating Easter. He doesn't celebrate Easter. He celebrates Resurrection Sunday.
Right. Easter, too pagan. Not into it. They decided they were not going to be doing Easter as a family. But you know what they were going to do? They were keeping things very Christ-centered, as they told us, by celebrating Passover.
Yeah, there's nothing like appropriating a Jewish holiday to really keep the focus on Jesus Christ. There's a couple of flaws in that logic if you're not hip to that jive.
Easter, a lot more fun. Personal opinion.
Well, see, I was raised in a evangelical Christian family that appropriated Passover. And yeah, I don't remember it being an enjoyable experience. There's a lot of salt water and bitter herbs. It's not a fun time.
It is a lot more appealing to do an Easter egg hunt full of candy, dyeing Easter eggs, all of the fun things that seem to be associated with pagan Easter, I guess we can call it. But of course, Robyn loves a holiday that involves buying things for her children. An Easter basket, totally up her alley.
She single-handedly saved Christmas for this family, so you know she's making Easter great again, too. While she's at it. Because magically, when Robyn joined the family, that was when Kody, his heart grew 3 sizes that day as well, and started celebrating Resurrection Sunday. Still not Easter.
Well, he won't call it that because he can't be a hypocrite.
No, they observe Passover and Resurrection Sunday.
Although it sounded like they don't do Passover anymore. He didn't mention it in this episode, just Resurrection Sunday.
No, it's just something to flex on from other fundamental Christian people.
So that's what we've got going on. And this is really exciting to Christine because it's like an act of rebellion against Kody.
She has to admit that part of the reason, the allure of Easter, what it is is just because Kody said no to Easter for so long. She's kind of into it.
She's saying yes to everything Kody said no to.
What I'm going to need to say no to is what Christine is doing in this segment, where she is loading up some Easter eggs for the Easter egg hunt that she's about to have with her children, with candy and money going into these Easter eggs, which I'm okay with candy and money being prizes that you find in the Easter eggs. Just for the love of God, don't put them in the same egg.
But here's the thing. If you only put the money in one, it's very obvious that you're only looking for the light eggs.
Oh, maybe put a rock in there or something too. Really throw them off. See, you know what we used to do is we would put coins in our Easter eggs. So this is the other thing that's differentiating here is she's not messing around with nickels, dimes, and quarters here. She's straight dollar bills.
Yeah, she had I saw a 5 in there.
This is where Cody's money's going. Clearly.
I'm sure he's thrilled about it. Okay, when you said you had an issue, I thought we were going to talk about Aspen's pageboy hat.
Oh, well, that didn't help. Yeah, that wasn't anything. She's definitely wearing a hat. It's quite a hat.
Girl, it's a choice. It's a hat that we've left behind in the early 2000s. It belongs there.
I wasn't sure if she was going to shine people's shoes on the porch before they went into the house.
Maybe she was selling newspapers.
Extra, read all about it. There's money in these eggs.
Does she have a transatlantic accent now?
Did I say that with a transatlantic accent?
It started to go a little bit there.
That's just the old-timey newsboy speak, I suppose.
Cody's bitter about this, of course, because they're starting new traditions as a family without him, even though he started a whole new family without them.
Right, yeah. But Kody just hopes that the rest of the family is eventually going to fall in line so that they'd be able to share in this great dynamic that he gets to experience with Robyn and her kids of just blind authoritarianism.
I don't know, maybe don't be such an asshole and people will want to spend time with you. It's a thought. Maybe call the people that you want to have relationships with.
Yeah, but I don't want to not be an asshole then. So that's kind of a problem for me.
It's a requirement.
Yeah, that's hard. That requires work on my part, and I'm not really interested in that.
My favorite part of this whole segment was Robyn pretending to be devastated by the loss of having family around them for the holidays. And then cut to Meri. It was just a regular Sunday for me. No one called me. Nobody asked me to come over.
Nobody invited her anywhere, and she didn't feel the need to invite herself over anywhere. So, yeah, it was just another regular Sunday for her.
Keeping the fajita cantina open, wiping down the bar.
Working overtime.
So we need Robyn to stop complaining about this because she's not going out of her way to interact with the one family member who they do still have close to them and who does want to have a relationship with her kids.
Yeah, definitely not Christine and Janelle, because their whole agenda, according to Kody, is to divide the family and separate the kids from Kody, obviously, so they can have the kids all to themselves. They get to pretend to be the big happy family that they used to be.
A long time ago.
Well, that was when it was still fake too. So now they are happy. Everybody seems exponentially happier to have Kody out of their lives. The less time you spend with Kody, the better your life gets.
We need one of his Kinko's charts to show that. Less time with Kody, the higher the arrow goes.
It's an inverse arrow. Yeah, inverse relationship to happiness. But what was going on with the music cue at the end of this too? I felt like I was watching Stranger Things. It was like a very different sort of tone that we were going for here.
Well, I guess because things are going to get weird because we're heading back to the B&B where Meri is filming a completely different show from Sister Wives. Apparently, she and Jen have started some type of home renovation show that the editors think we want to be constantly updated on every episode.
Yeah, they should call it before and after because those are the only shots that we see. We don't actually see anything really taking place in the middle. It's just sort of stuff that happens and then they update you along the way.
I'm sorry, was it done? Because all I remember was an empty room.
There were still like some bicycles in there. It's like, did you really need those
Because
still?
it wasn't done because she was talking about how they had to put the floor down and then they were talking about baseboards.
Baseboard comes with floors, doesn't it? Doesn't it?
That's the debate. The riveting content that Meri is shooting for us this season.
At the Fajita Cantina Americana Crafting Carriage House.
Also, am I nuts, or did we watch Meri say the exact same thing a few episodes ago about her relationships with everyone in the family and how she can't let loose with anyone but Jen?
I'm pretty sure
You know
that
what I
was.
mean.
Oh, well. I'm pretty sure that was the conversation with Robyn at Meri's house when she was doing the initial reveal that she was moving the business up to Parowan.
Didn't we hear her say it again when they were moving things into the moving truck in the last time we saw the carriage house?
Oh, probably. Yeah.
What are we on, number 3 at this point?
Yeah. Time is a flat circle in the Sister Wives universe.
Things are not looking good for her and Kody, as we all expected, given the fact that nothing's really changed since she's made this big move, which isn't a move. And also, Kody doesn't see a future with her, which we've known. We know this. That we're moving at a glacial pace towards the end of their relationship.
Yeah, and Robyn's just hoping that Meri can just keep getting strung along until Kody stops being mad so that then they can work on things, which is also that's never going to be a time that exists.
Well, he has to stop being so angry, but then also, like, every problem in their lives needs to be resolved. And then he'll be ready to tackle the Meri problem head on.
Yeah, now we have all these other important family conflicts that have arisen to the top of the priority list. So we'll deal with those later after we unify the rest of the family and deal with all of these other fires that we created during COVID.
So do you think that's why he's forming all of these negative relationships with his children? So that he has to heal them one at a time, and it just extends the timeline until he finally gets to Meri.
It's just making that list longer and longer that Meri just keeps falling further and further down. But hey, Meri's got offers. Jen's found some contractors to do Meri's hole if she's interested. Just saying.
So close, Jen. So close. It's fill the hole. We need, I think she needs that.
Meri needs her holes filled?
It's been a while.
That's for sure.
Where was Meri drunk on the couch reacting to that? That's what we were missing.
Yeah, they're making some brave jokes, leaving those in now. I feel like that would have been edited out a couple seasons ago. Just a mere 3 or 4 seasons ago, they would have left that on the cutting room floor.
We do get such little footage of Meri, though, that they have to leave us something. I'm sure 90% of what she submitted that was self-shot is just her and Jen giggling, and you can't understand anything that's said.
It's a hefty majority of the footage, I would say, yes. But Meri and Jen are joking about how Jen washed Meri's car and there's so many bugs on the front of it. They're talking about this stuff. Can you be friends with somebody who washes your car?
Well, it's not just her friend that washes her car. The whole story started about how Jen's husband washes Meri's car. So he does more for Meri than Kody has done for years.
Which I respect that more, I guess. I don't know why it was bothering me so much. How many friends' cars have you washed in your life?
0.
None.
None. Not one.
Not a single time has that happened.
I would take it through a car wash. I haven't done it, but I would.
With someone in the car with you, maybe? I've washed my car, next to a friend washing their car. I've had that happen.
Well, to be fair, Jen is on the Meri payroll. She does literally work for her.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There needs to be like a separation there. Some things, you can't assign those tasks to friends.
I can't wait for the Meri and Jen falling out that ultimately, hopefully, will end up with a bunch of stuff being spilled somewhere on the internet.
Don't go weird. This is all strictly platonic.
With Sean. That was his name, Sean?
Sure.
So with Jen's husband, but she didn't specify Jen. Do we go weird with Jen, maybe?
Well, I think she's made that abundantly clear. You don't go weird with the ladies.
I just want to see Meri go weird with someone.
Get weird for once, But Meri must have been watching a couple episodes of The Office with Prison Mike because she's been realizing lately she's got a good life. She's got a good life.
Every time you do it, I feel like it's very Darcy and Stacy. Got a good life, Darcy.
Platitudes and cliches that are abounding on that.
We should get them all in a room together. They could write a book.
And Prison Mike.
Fall is in the air, and that cooler weather calls for an update in your skincare. Moisturizing is key to keeping wrinkles at bay. That's why we need a skincare routine that's easy, fast, and gives us results. Plus, what if your products had thousands of 5-star reviews, were natural and affordable? Well, say hello to Dime Beauty. Dime Beauty is clean, high-end skincare that is affordable, and it really works. Not sure where to start? I highly recommend the Work System. It's everything you need in one powerful package. Take out the guesswork with a proven routine that includes a gentle yet effective cleanser, a super skin toner, 2 incredible serums, and 2 luxurious moisturizers. See what everyone is raving about, from serum sets to the always sold-out retinol alternative TBT cream. You'll find your perfect skincare match. Dime has over 2 million happy customers, and their product reviews are literally 5 stars. Love your skin again. Go to dimebeautyco.com and unlock your discount. That's dimebeautyco.com. That's dimebeautyco.com.
Cheers to fall at Whole Foods Market with sales through October 29th. Select frozen pizzas are 50% off with Prime. So stock up and be ready for game day. Hosting a cozy dinner? There's a sale on hearty no antibiotics ever beef chuck roast and stew meat. Or be the best guest ever and bring a robust bottle of Bordeaux wine or a specialty cheese like Humboldt Fog. Cheers to fall at Whole Foods Market. Must be 21 or older. Please drink responsibly.
Hey, I'm Ryan Reynolds. Recently, I asked Mint Mobile's legal team if big wireless companies are allowed to raise prices due to inflation. They said yes. And then when I asked if raising prices technically violates those onerous 2-year contracts, they said, "What the f*** are you talking about, you insane Hollywood ass?" So to recap, we're cutting the price of Mint Unlimited from $30 a month to just $15 a month. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes. See details.
We all have dreams. Dream home renovations, dream vacations, or sending our kids to their dream colleges. But finding straightforward ways to turn those dreams into realistic goals, that's where things get tricky. Merrill understands that. That's why, with a dedicated Merrill advisor, you get a personalized plan and a clear path forward. And having the bull at your back helps your whole financial life move with you. So when your plans change, Merrill is with you every step of the way. Go to ml.com/bullish to learn more. Merrill, a Bank of America company. What would you like the power to do? Investing involves risk. Merrill Lynch, Pierce, Fenner & Smith Incorporated, registered broker-dealer, registered investment advisor, member SIPC.
Bombas makes the most comfortable socks, underwear, and T-shirts.
Warning, Bombas are so absurdly comfortable you may throw out all your other clothes.
Sorry, do we legally have to say that?
No, this is just how I talk, and I really love my Bombas.
They do feel that good. And they do good, too. One item purchased equals one item donated.
To feel good and do good, go to bombas.com/ACAST and use code ACAST for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com/ACAST and use code ACAST at checkout.
So if that wasn't interesting enough, we're going to go over to Coyote Pass. Well, not Coyote Pass exactly. Over at Robyn and Kody's house that's kind of adjacent to Coyote Pass, where we get some footage of Kody lumberjacking off and Robyn's trimming the hedges.
They were doing some outdoor activities. I guess, remember when we used to get so much footage of Janelle raking?
It was a lot of gardening because it was 2020.
They love that kind of B-roll. Kody finally says it, though. He says what we've all known all these years, which is that he's married to the love of his life, Robyn. But they still got all this angst in their lives because of these other women.
Yeah, the problem with Robyn, even though she's the best and he loves her so much, but man, she's always bugging him about reconciling with Meri and now also Janelle. And it's like, ugh, God.
Not Christine, though, apparently.
No, not Christine. Oh, no. Christine's the devil.
Well, she's on her way to sleeping with another man, so Robyn's ready to write her off the list.
I think she's officially released.
I liked the footage of Janelle walking the dogs, just completely unbothered.
Just double fisting on the leashes there, too.
So we get that while Kody is talking about how Janelle's not interested in reconciling. And to be honest, he really isn't interested either because he doesn't want to talk to Janelle anymore because she spends too much time with Christine.
And it's pathetic how much influence Christine has over Janelle. What I thought was pathetic was his next statement, which was when he was talking about how whenever he talks to Janelle, it always gets back to Christine, and then it gets to the rest of the kids, the adult kids who he doesn't get along with. And Kody just doesn't want anybody talking about him. I think it's just he doesn't like when people compare notes because he has set things that he's used to giving them as responses that placate them as individuals. He can manage them on a one-on-one basis, but as soon as the group dynamic comes into play, then he has to keep his stories straight. He has to keep his reasons to one singular reason. He can't provide all these different answers to all these different people for all these different reasons.
Can't keep up with the lies. It's getting more and more complicated. Also, from the mouth of a man who wants to have so much control over his wives that he wants them to submit to patriarchy. But it's pathetic, the influence that Christine has over Janelle. If only that was my influence.
Right. I wish I had that level of relationship with Janelle where she would do what I say because he wants it from a control aspect, not from I have your best interest at heart and there's a guiding principle there. No, that's not what we're talking about.
So as usual, Kody is busy throwing a pity party, or I don't know, as Robyn would say, he's going, all while the rest of the family is gathering yet again. But this time, they're only a few miles away in a rental in Flagstaff. And this is where suddenly we have jumped forward and it's July.
It looks like the 4th of July, doesn't it? At least Memorial Day.
Well, they said it was the 4th. Well, they didn't say it was the 4th of July. Just it was July.
Okay.
It's July. They're getting together. And because it takes so long for them all to commit to plans, they're already starting to think about what they're going to do for the holidays.
Did you catch that Janelle said on the couch? She was talking about how getting together with Christine and her kids and everybody in their little portion of the family now is just so much continuity for her, but we don't have an ounce of continuity on this show. Is that the bitter irony here? Is that our storyline is completely jumbled, but then Janelle is talking about continuity?
I don't know. It's the whole point that they're trying to make in this storyline that there's no hope of this family ever getting back together for a gathering.
Janelle said it multiple times that she's never going to spend another holiday with Kody.
But do they think that as an audience, we're expecting them to all get back together, or that we want the band to get back together and spend time with one another?
Maybe at Kody and Robyn's vow renewal.
The kiss of death for reality TV.
I'm sure they'll have a big blowout ceremony because Robyn didn't get the wedding that she actually wanted the first time because she had to hold back on what the ceremony was because of all of her dumb sister wives.
Oh, and she had to wear that stupid Claddagh ring instead of the horse ring because she and Kody have matching horse rings. I don't know if we talked about that on here yet.
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
that they have the matching rings.
Oh, absolutely.
So she got the ring she always wanted, I guess. Now she needs the wedding.
There's not enough balloon jars with handwritten directions scribbled in there to make me want to see that footage.
Long story short, no one's planning on spending time with Kody and Robyn for Christmas this year. Or Meri, we'll throw her in there too. That was assumed. But basically, it's just going to be Janelle and Christine and their kids again. Which, how exciting that we're talking about Christmas and New Year's. We're talking about Christmas 2022, New Year's 2023.
They're just teasing us with it. They're just dangling it in front of us.
So close, so far.
Like the carrots, and we're just the donkeys walking the circle like Robyn, according to Kody.
They could all get together, though, if the relationships were better. But it's all Christine and Janelle's faults that the relationship Kody has with his boys is so bad right now.
Right. They're withholding his tender-aged adult children, Gabe and Garrison, and feeding them all these lies about his character, his actions, and his behavior that's making them not want a relationship with him.
Well, that's one part of it, but the big part is that they raise these kids and they don't know what accountability is themselves. So they didn't teach that to the children. So now when he tried to hold Gabe and Garrison accountable during COVID, he couldn't. And that is all because of the terrible parenting done by Janelle and Christine.
So he admits he had no influence on the parenting? He didn't contribute anything on that? Is that what we're getting?
It's just so funny because that is such a typical narcissist thing to do, taking something that is actually something that you lack, which is his own accountability and being held accountable, but then projecting it onto other people.
And this is where Garrison was talking about, he mentioned having people over to his house because he recently bought a house in Flagstaff. So to have family members over to his house and see it and share in the joy of that milestone in life, he mentioned it to Kody, and Janelle already knows how that's going to play out. Kody has a house. It's Robyn's house. You got to see the king in the castle. He doesn't come to anybody else's house. We already know that for a fact. And word for word, Kody explains that in his next line of dialogue. I already have a house. If they want to come see me at my house.
I got my own house. This is the problem, though. I really don't like either idea, right? Because it feels like you're on enemy territory, which is why I don't like the idea that everyone has to come to Kody and Robyn's house and kiss the ring. And you know that part of that is about showing respect to Robyn, which is, I think, one of the biggest problems in the dynamic here. But he also didn't want to go to a neutral space last holiday, last New Year's, with a rental. Why can't we just get a family rental for the holidays?
Well, because Christine and Janelle paid for it, so he didn't like that.
So he can't pick a rental?
It's very emasculating. He can't afford the rentals that he wants.
What about the barn dominium?
Still under construction. We're waiting for permits.
He told Meri they could build it fast. It goes up quick.
Yeah, if you build it out of straw, just get some hay bales.
Well, that was the plan when Meri was going to live in it. Now we're going to use some stronger materials.
Because otherwise he's going to huff and puff and blow the house down.
So things aren't sounding too hopeful for the holidays this year. And it's been a long time since Janelle and Christine have seen the other adults.
Well, they've seen Kody because Salsa Brava. But Meri and Robyn, yeah, it's been a while. Kind of forget about Meri. We still do.
How is Janelle still living in Flagstaff and she has not crossed paths with Meri and Robyn? Did they all purposely shop at different stores, go to different places? Did they not go to Salsa Brava, Meri and Robyn?
That's probably why, yeah, they're not running into people here. If you're not going to Salsa Brava, it's the place to be.
They've got a lot of leftovers this season, so they haven't been grocery shopping a lot.
That's true. They are loaded up.
More riveting content, because today Robyn is bringing Rora, Ari, and Saul to Meri's house for a little visit.
And it's a little glimpse into Robyn's retirement because we have Meri sitting on a porch in Flagstaff on a nice, beautiful spring day because, yes, we are reverting back to spring again, shifting gears. And the kids are coming over. Little kids are excited to see Meri. She loves that unconditional love that you get from children. Most narcs do.
But this is important. Robyn tells us it's important to Meri to have a relationship with my kids.
Because it's kind of Meri's only last connection, final connection to the family, so it's sort of a big deal.
But it's important to me that Meri has a relationship with my kids.
No. It is very important to Meri, not to anybody else.
I also feel, though, like Robyn is always self-serving in the things she says. So I almost wonder if that was meant to be a subtle, Meri wants to have a relationship with my kids, unlike those see you next Tuesdays, Christine and Janelle, who just want to ostracize us and have nothing to do with us.
It's just a general pat on the back for how great of a sister wife Robyn is, because she couldn't care less about Meri as a person, as an individual, but she knows that it's very important to Meri to have a relationship with Robyn's kids, so she allows that to happen.
It did kind of seem like the kids were more excited to see the dog. They thought Mosby might be there.
Mosby's not there. Yeah, he doesn't live there.
Because they can't have a dog at their house because Kody's very anti-pets, anti-dog in particular. So maybe they just go to Meri's house to get it out of their system to play with the dog for a little while.
Well, also, they can't have a dog at Robyn's house because she keeps kicking them. It becomes a whole PETA issue. It's a big problem.
Is that why Mosby wasn't at Meri's house?
Yeah, Meri was like calling Leon. It was like, you gotta come get Mosby right now. Mosby cannot be here for this.
Where is the nearest doggy daycare?
It's not safe here. In case you forgot, Robyn kicks dogs. Please don't ever forget that. It's documented footage. It's part of the canon.
It was really sad to see a shot of Meri's backyard because we've seen the lone swing, right? The tree swing that everybody's like, why does she have that? Apparently so that kids can come over because she has a whole freaking playground.
To the play set. We saw that in the background at the conversation in the living room with Meri and Robyn a couple episodes ago. And everybody was so confused why she has all this stuff. It's so Robyn's kids can come over and play on it.
One time a year.
Once in a while, whenever Robyn feels like being the big-hearted sister wife that she is.
We're going to put a pin in that because Janelle is literally sipping tea as she pulls Christine aside at the rental so that they can have a little chit-chat alone for a while and pretend that they've not talked to each other about any of the stuff they're going to film about right now.
Right, and it's a 4-floor rental, so pick a living room, I suppose. We're going to go downstairs, though, and Janelle is carefully flip-flopping down the stairs and stopping halfway along the way here. You got to be careful. Got her tea, don't spill.
That's too far to carry a cup of liquid.
It's too much.
No.
There's a lot going into this.
And you know the tea is piping hot. It's been a week Christine has been at this rental with her kids. So Janelle's curious. You seen Kody at all? You come over? You've been here a whole week.
No. Why would Kody come visit us? First of all, it's a rental.
Second of all, weird question.
Second of all, it's me. It's Christine and her kids. He didn't come over when they were married. Why would he come over when they're divorced?
That sparks a whole conversation about Kody's habits of coming to the wives' houses when they were married.
Visitation and rotations.
We know that Christine's side of the story was that he would show up just before dinner and that he would leave first thing in the morning, sometimes before everybody even woke up. Kody denied that. But now Janelle is telling us the same story. He would do that to her too.
That was his normal schedule, as she defined it. 6:30, 7 o'clock in the evening, and then out first thing in the morning to go help Robyn get her kids ready for school.
Which is infuriating for so many reasons, but for Janelle, particularly because Logan was parentified and he was the one getting all of her kids ready for school when they lived in Lehigh.
None of the other wives have ever had that experience of Kody leaving another wife's house to come over early to their house to help them do anything.
Robyn has literal adults that still live in her house with her. And they cannot step up, apparently, to help with this task, nor can Robyn do it herself, even though that was fully expected of all of the other wives.
So the question becomes, why? Why is this happening? And Kody explains, it's because he gets to cosplay being a good dad to Saul and Ari, and he takes them to school because he likes it. It's nothing that Robyn's convinced him or asked him or begged him or pleaded with him to do. It's stuff that he likes to do, and he just does it on his own.
Did the other kids not go to school? Like, when he was at Christine's house, did Isabel and Gwen and Truly not go to school?
Truly was doing homeschool, wasn't she?
Did Savannah not go to school? Did these
Savannah's go to school.
These kids went to school too. You could have taken your other kids to school.
See, but I think it's because he likes the way that Saul and Ari worship him, right? Because Meri was talking about how kids love unconditionally, remember?
Children, small children.
Small, delicate, tender children. That's the part that he's leaving off on the reasoning. He likes taking Saul and Ari because they worship him.
Because they have no judge of character yet.
That's not something that he's going to teach them about. No.
Also, I'm sure Robyn never asked him to do it. She just dropped hints about how much the kids like it and how much help she needs and how grateful she is for him to be there in the mornings.
Oh, it was never Robyn's idea. I just knew it was only gonna cause problems, but Kody, every time I talk about it, he would not let me talk him out of it.
What does the nanny do? The nanny doesn't bring the kids to school. The nanny doesn't pick the kids up from school, because we saw Kody do that in an earlier episode too, or was that last season? We saw him pick Ari and Saul up from the first day of school at one point.
Well, he came home. He was going through the lunch boxes on the front door there.
I thought at some point he mentioned that he likes to pick them up from school.
I'm sure he does.
Someone needs to interview the nanny. Maybe their nanny is like a Fran Drescher nanny. Like, she just wanders around the house all day. She sits on Mr. Sheffield's desk from time to time. She goes shopping, and sometimes she goes to the kids' activities at school.
But it's mostly whatever shenanigans she can get into for good content, because, man, they're having a terrible job coming up with content.
And that's what they should be filming.
That's what they need to get. They need to get that sort of a nanny that can deliver on the content. But this is about the point when Christine is trying to define bad sister wife. A bad sister wife to Christine is someone who monopolizes the husband and steals time away from other wives with the husband, where Kody is defining a bad sister wife as a wife who withholds their children from their father, which is exactly what he thinks Christine has done.
Well, takes the children away from the father. But from what we heard, apparently he only spent, 12 hours in that house?
In 6 months?
From time to time when he dropped by. And the majority of that, they were asleep. And then he left first thing in the morning to bring their siblings to school. So she took her kids away from an uninvolved father.
Well, and that's the thing, too, is what you're going to accuse Janelle of withholding Gabe and Garrison from you? It's your relationship with your adult children.
Well, but it's because of the nasty and untrue things that she said.
The rumors and the nastiness.
She got into their heads. And now they won't answer the phone when he calls.
See, but for Kody, it's always loyalty. Robyn is loyal. Christine wasn't. It's that simple. Robyn blindly obeys and Christine doesn't.
So Janelle's birthday is in May, and we're pretending that they have not had a conversation about how that birthday dinner went until now.
Yeah, you're going to let that simmer for a month? I don't think so.
No. The minute that Janelle closed that door behind her, she had to be texting Christine, telling your girl how that went.
So if you can believe it or not, it was not a very romantic date. It was sort of like being on a date with a friend.
Who's also married, I guess, because he dropped her off at her apartment. She went upstairs, and he drove off back to Robyn's house.
And hadn't heard from him for about 2 weeks after that. Just parted ways, thankfully, like she wanted, because we were worried. Was there a booty call? Is that why they shut the cameras off? What was going on?
I was worried. Well,
I thought that there were mistakes had been made.
That's something that we needed to be concerned about, because Janelle wants a deeper relationship, a more fulfilling relationship than just friends with the benefits, because that's what she and Kody have been for years.
And that's what Kody was trying to turn against Janelle as well, about how he felt objectified, where she just wants him for his manly pecs and his washboard abs.
So is that the origin of where this came from? I guess.
That's how he has to counter that, is she was referring to him as friends with benefits. And so he's like, what, am I just a sex god to you? An object to be used?
Ew. This is all making Christine very sad.
It's making me sad.
She's really sad for her friend. Janelle is her friend. She's more than just someone who her husband was also married to at the same time that she was married to him as well. And Janelle's kind of picking up on that pity energy, and she's not really liking it.
Janelle knows that she deserves more. She's feeling like Christine is trying to convince her that she deserves more. Janelle is fully aware that she deserves more, and she's trying to get more, but I think she's coming to the realization that it's not going to come from this guy. He can't provide it to you.
I think Christine's just frustrated because she was married to Janelle's husband, and she knows how shitty he is. So it's like, when are you going to finally say, this is it? I'm definitely done with this relationship. And she's kind of doing it, but then she's not making any moves, right? She's not moving anywhere. She's staying in the same apartment that she's been in. She's occasionally going on a date with Kody. So I guess red flags are going up for Christine because Janelle did leave the family a couple times and then end up going back. So you don't really have a great track history, girl.
This is where they had to shoehorn in. There was a whole segment where we got everybody's take on a family reunion at this point. We had to do a quick temperature gauge on that.
Why are we talking about that? We know Logan's wedding is coming up. That is the family reunion.
But they're not going to film. Are they going to film that? Were they there? Did we see cameras at
I
it?
don't think they did. No, I'm pretty sure that they did not want that to be part of the wedding.
That's what they have to refer to it as then, as a family reunion for the storyline.
It's not going to happen, is the long story short.
Well, what's funny is that Janelle has no desire to seek out a family reunion, but if something were to occur, she wouldn't be against it. Meri's into it. Christine's into it. The only two people who are actively against family reunion and reuniting at this point are Robyn and Kody, who explicitly say Robyn is against it until everything is resolved, because if you get everybody together and there's problems, you're only asking for arguments and fights to break out.
Also, so what? We want to see it. Film it.
That's the content, Robyn. You're so close. You're so close to it.
How about we have Nancy be the MC for the next family reunion, and she could be there to help mediate the fights that break out.
I think Pat would need to be there for emotional support for Kody, though.
And for the delicious potato salad.
Delicious. I just thought it was funny where Robyn is using the excuse of all the problems between the kids and Kody, the adult children, Janelle's adult children specifically, and Kody, where Cody's only problem, the only person that he doesn't want to reconcile with, is Christine. So they can't even get on the same page about that either.
How about Kody just doesn't go and everyone else can get together?
These are the family reunions. Without Kody and Robyn, that's the family.
Well, and Meri. You forgot Meri.
It's just forgetting Meri is part of the family tradition.
Well, back at her house, Robyn is, I guess, trying to embarrass Rora or give her some sort of storyline that we can then follow up on throughout the season. Is that the point?
We're trying to get some airtime. Yeah, we're trying to secure more airtime.
Because Aurora has been seeing a guy. Visiting a guy. Visiting. Not seeing, visiting.
Visiting. So is it Prison Mike?
Right? That's interesting language that...
Visitation?
I don't feel like I've heard. Is he currently incarcerated?
Well, Rora is at the ripe old age of 20 now, so it is about time she starts dating.
And they have things in common, like movies and space.
Movies and space. What about movies in space?
Movies about space?
Set in space?
I guess it depends what films he has access to behind bars.
Here's $10. Go see a Star Wars.
Fall is in the air, and that cooler weather calls for an update in your skincare. Moisturizing is key to keeping wrinkles at bay. That's why we need a skincare routine that's easy, fast, and gives us results. Plus, what if your products had thousands of 5-star reviews, were natural and affordable? Well, say hello to Dime Beauty. Dime Beauty is clean, high-end skincare that is affordable, and it really works. Not sure where to start? I highly recommend the Work System. It's everything you need in one powerful package. Take out the guesswork with a proven routine that includes a gentle yet effective cleanser, a super skin toner, 2 incredible serums, and 2 luxurious moisturizers. See what everyone is raving about. From serum sets to the always sold-out retinol alternative TBT cream, you'll find your perfect skincare match. Dime has over 2 million happy customers, and their product reviews are literally 5 stars. Love your skin again. Go to dimebeautyco.com and unlock your discount. That's dimebeautyco.com. That's dimebeautyco.com.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. With the price of just about everything going up during inflation, we thought we'd bring our prices down. So to help us, we brought in a reverse auctioneer, which is apparently a thing.
Mint Mobile Unlimited Premium Wireless. How to get 30, 30, bit to get 30, bit to get 20, 20, 20, bit to get 20, 20, bit to get 15, 15, 15, 15, just $15 a month? Sold!
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes. See detail.
My dad works in B2B marketing. He came by my school for career day and said he was a big ROAS man. Then he told everyone how much he loved calculating his return on ad spend. My friends still laugh at me to this day.
Not everyone gets B2B, but with LinkedIn, you'll be able to reach people who do. Get $100 credit on your next ad campaign. Go to linkedin.com/results to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be, to be.
Bombas makes the most comfortable socks, underwear, and T-shirts.
Warning, Bombas are so absurdly comfortable you may throw out all your other clothes.
Sorry, do we legally have to say that?
No, this is just how I talk, and I really love my Bombas.
They do feel that good. And they do good, too. One item purchased equals one item donated.
To feel good and do good, go to bombas.com/ACAST and use code ACAST for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com/ACAST and use code ACAST at checkout.
Cheers to fall at Whole Foods Market with sales through October 29th. Select frozen pizzas are 50% off with Prime. So stock up and be ready for game day. Hosting a cozy dinner? There's a sale on hearty no antibiotics ever beef chuck roast and stew meat. Or be the best guest ever and bring a robust bottle of Bordeaux wine or a specialty cheese like Humboldt Fog. Cheers to fall at Whole Foods Market. Must be 21 or older. Please drink responsibly.
Meri wants to know more. It's been a long time since she's gotten this worked up.
Oh my. Yeah, she's about ready to call that contractor to fill that hole.
And this is maybe seeming like a viable dating path for her. Can you tell me more about how you become a pen pal with an inmate?
Well, huh? Tell me more.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
That was...
there it is.
That was really dating this, huh? This is making Robyn and Meri reminisce, though, on the good old days of the past. Like how Meri was 19 and she was already married, and Rora's already a year older than that.
So in comparison, it's scary to realize you're looking at Rora, who is fresh out the womb, basically, 240 months, and she's dating. She's not ready for marriage. So why did I think I was ready for marriage when I was 19?
This honestly made me feel bad for Meri because I feel like she's been very villainized for the way she acted in the early years of their marriage. But she says that she never regretted marrying Kody, but she regretted that she didn't take time to get to know who she was before they actually got married.
Well, and this is the season of Renaissance, and so we are coming to that same conclusion and making those discoveries right along with you, Meri. And then we just round things out with Robyn telling us about how Rora's got good old-fashioned conservative values. Don't have to worry about her getting all loose with the boys. So that's good. Reassuring.
Well, she can't anyway until they can have conjugal visits, so...
Yeah, I think you have to schedule those in advance. It's a whole thing.
It's a lot of work. She couldn't schedule her own COVID test, so that's not going to happen. Meri's got another life update to share with Robyn that Robyn does not care about.
She has signed a contract on this house, which means that Meri is not moving, which means that she's not downsizing. So that's a win-win for Meri.
She kind of had to do it, though, because Kody's really convinced that she has moved to the B&B. So she can't physically leave this house, or it's just going to reinforce that she has left and lives in the state of Utah.
100%. Yeah, that is going to be the last time that you will ever see Kody. He's going to be like, well, she's out of our lives forever now. That was all it took. The B&B. I knew it was going to be the B&B.
Robyn doesn't really care. She's actually confused about what Meri is talking about. What contract on this house? Like you're not moving? You're going to stay in a rental? This rental.
This is the rental. We're here. You're at my house. This is my house. My abode.
I mean, she's only been here a few times before, so you could have given her a whole new address and she wouldn't have known.
She still has to punch it into the GPS every single time.
She's really thankful, though, that Robyn came over with the kids because she is still willing to take any scraps that Kody and Robyn will throw at her.
Yeah, because I love how Kody was complaining that Meri doesn't have much involvement with him and Robyn and the kids anyway, but it's because you don't invite her to things. You don't keep her informed of stuff that's going on in your lives either. So why would she keep you updated? And she is trying to keep them updated. Hey, I'm moving my business up to Utah. Here's the situation. And he's still not understanding that.
He doesn't want to understand it.
She's not moving. Meri is not moving to Utah. Meri is moving her clothing business to her other business, which happens to be in Utah.
It'd be so much better, though, if she would just move to Utah.
Clean breaks. Kody's all about clean breaks.
Janelle's still working on that tea. And she says she's been thinking for about a year now about leaving Kody.
She started realizing that she needed something else from her relationship with Kody. Mainly that she needed a relationship with Kody from her relationship with Kody.
That does coincide with Christine leaving the family.
Well, once one leaves, I mean, Meri's been gone, kind of, but
no one liked her.
Is that when Christine started thinking about divorce? She's like, wow, there's light at the end of this tunnel.
This divorce is different, though, because it's amicable. Christine and Kody clearly hate one another, but Kody didn't really have much of a reaction to Janelle not wanting to reconcile.
I believe that Janelle thinks that this is a very amiable separation that's taking place right now. I think the only reason that it is, though, is because Kody doesn't know that it's a final separation that's taking place between them. And that's the only reason. So Janelle's just going to let that ride.
I think you're right, because what we see in the confessional footage where Kody is making comments about how she's influenced the children and the anger that's coming out of him there, we haven't really seen him express in real time in the episodes. And so it's almost like as more time has gone on in reality, and he has seen that she's really not coming back, it has become less amiable.
She's just trying to slink out of there. Just slide into the shadows and just disappear into the night.
Hey, Meri was able to do that. She didn't try, but she did slide into the shadows.
Kody kind of shoved her into the shadows and then shut more lights off to make sure that she stayed in the shadows.
We have to talk about what's next then. If we're closing this door, what does the next door look like that you're willing to open?
Joe Darger. Obviously.
I don't think that she would be into Joe Darger.
No, I thought
No offense, Joe Darger. I don't think you're a listener, but...
They tweeted us a couple times, but no, different. I thought Christine might take a bite at that, but I think she was just shut off from polygamy in general. No. She just likes to flirt with Joe Darger when Kody's around.
Janelle still believes in their faith, so if she was to find someone who was living plural marriage and she felt like she was called to it, she would do it again.
I feel like that was the part of the conversation that Christine was most disappointed with. She's like, oh, so you're still in the faith and stuff? Damn it. Because we were going to do a seance for Easter here, if you celebrate.
We're making all kinds of realizations in this conversation. For the first time ever, Janelle admits that Kody is a monogamist. That's what happened, was he just started living monogamy with Robyn.
And then we hear Garrison's line from their conversation last episode. They can have each other.
From the mouth of babes. So is Garrison influencing Janelle?
Or is it Janelle influencing Garrison? Which direction is that going?
We know the way Kody thinks it's going.
I think the definitive statement here is, Christine put it very poignantly, that Kody's not going to stop being Robyn's husband so he can be Janelle's husband. And I think that's the issue that's been staring this family down for quite some time.
We got a word salad from Kody on this, though, because he's not getting it. Just like he's not getting the whole Meri moving her business, but not her whole life to Utah. He also doesn't understand why Janelle can't be married to him now.
Why can't Janelle be married to me? She was married to me when I was married to Meri. She was married to me when I was married to Christine. She's married to me when I married Robyn. Why not now? It's like, you can't think of any differences, any sort of changes that have happened in your life in the last 25 years to get you from point A to point B. Cannot even fathom what's going on.
Why can't she just continue to suffer in silence while simultaneously being married to me and me being a better husband to Robyn? Because we did it for so long. The whole Janelle, though, being into their religion still kind of sucks for multiple reasons. One of which is that she doesn't even know how she's supposed to get a release from her marriage. Because if you remember, they're not part of the AUB anymore. They don't have anyone to go to ask for a release. And remember all those steps of the process that they have to go through in order to get an official divorce?
Relent, recoil, release. She's not there yet, but man, she's close.
Loved Christine and the shade that she brought this episode with reminding us about those rules, which Robyn informed us of back on the porch, which, one of which is that you have to have sex with another man before you can have your release from your prior marriage.
Those are the rules that Robyn made up. So why can't Janelle just make up some of her own rules to say, I just get to say when I'm released as a person, and it's a definitive thing. We can't have that much autonomy in the decision, though. It needs to be God's plan.
That's really the end of the conversation. In Janelle's words, this tea was good. It was spicy. I think that's how we can sum up the episode.
We like spicy tea too, Janelle.
And she does seem to kind of get it. Kody's been this guy for a while, and he's just been waiting for everyone to drop off and leave him. And the only time that he actually cares about his wives leaving is when his ego is involved.
But how can you stay involved with this man when all he can give you are scraps?
Next episode, Christine is ecstatic when McKelty tells her she's having twins. I hope that's not a spoiler for anyone. Then Meri reveals that while out for their anniversary, Kody finally admitted that he no longer wants a relationship with her, and she is forced to consider ending their marriage for good.
It was a really weird preview. I felt like it ended very abruptly.
There was like two things that we saw, one of which was Truly's birthday party at the She-Ra Chateau.
And there was just a weird, vague statement from Kody talking about a mild strain, and I was like, oh no, are we back on coronavirus storylines?
Thank you for listening. If you want to support us, the best way to do that is by subscribing to the podcast and leaving a review on Apple Podcast or Spotify.
Be sure to chat with us about the episode on our Discord channel by joining our Patreon, patreon.com/survivingpod.
Stay tuned, share with friends. See you next week.
Bombas makes the most comfortable socks, underwear, and T-shirts.
Warning, Bombas are so absurdly comfortable you may throw out all your other clothes.
Sorry, do we legally have to say that?
No, this is just how I talk, and I really love my Bombas.
They do feel that good. And they do good, too. One item purchased equals one item donated.
To feel good and do good, go to bombas.com/ACAST and use code ACAST for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com/ACAST and use code ACAST at checkout.